see you.
Nice to see you too. Hello and welcome to ETCSEE 2022. My name is Areti Daradimu. I am the editor of Smart Energy International, and I am joined here in this panel by Volker Lauer, Gas Origination East, RWE Supply Trading. Hi.
Hello, yes. Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's my pleasure to have you here and to discuss with you gas prices.
Yep.
So I would like to ask you a little bit, a first question, a bit generic. Are they going to stop or are they going to continue going, skyrocketing those gas prices?
Yeah, well, it's like every day you're looking into the news and during daytime you realize something new is happening. That's quite many surprises that we see right now, and I mean the last day you've seen some extraordinary maintenance works and prices going high, so we are facing right now very unexpected events and then prices going higher. That's one key thing that is driving volatility. It's really unexpected events happening. And the other thing is I think we are seeing that supply and demand do not fully match right now.
Can you please elaborate on this one? What do you mean? I mean, apart from the obvious that we have a demand that, if I'm not mistaken, is not that much higher than previous years or times, but we have a supply that is not matching, right? So,
indeed. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly obvious, as you mentioned. I mean, Russian supplies, they are, well, either people deliberately choose to exit the game, meaning like companies and countries like, for example, Bulgaria, deliberately saying, okay, we do not want to change the scheme. And then supply cannot catch up with this one. Then you have other events like LNG outages. That's the unforeseen event. And you have the very simplistic topics like depletions. You see it in Romania, you have it in the Groningen field. So very much the demand side, which is pretty much known, supply side, which is known and which is going down. And then there is a gap, and this gap is in particular driven also by Russian, that's clear.
And what is the role of the utility? How can the utility help the customers, help the situation, help the energy supply chain?
Good question. I would like to know the answer myself. Frankly speaking, I don't know. Really, I mean, because utilities, they are in a squeezing position. You will have to ask them directly, the guys supplying to them. I mean, you see that actually the governments, like the Romanian government, is reacting to these kind of situations, for example, with an allocation scheme, meaning they are allocating volumes from the Romanian producers directly to the suppliers of the gas at a fixed price. So that's a governmental interaction here. Because I think at the end of the day we cannot expect utilities to run into issues.
Of course not, but we do expect them to participate in the discussion and help, if not solve the issues, at least identify them and help towards solving them, right?
That's of course true. It's but please do not underestimate that we're not only talking about pricing topic. We're also talking about secondary topics, following up directly, and namely credit topics. I mean, prices going high, volatility going high. This is a key issue when it comes into credit assurance. Both factors are driving the credit assurance that I have to provide to my counterparty and the other way around as well. And this is really stacking on top of it. You see it with margin calls, etc. And so it's also a topic of financing. Yep.
Absolutely. And speaking of financing, do you think that, for example, the EU Commission, the European Union, is doing enough on that department with the subsidies and with the various packages, etc., or with sponsoring various projects in the energy sector, and especially when it comes to prices, to trading, etc.? What would you say?
It's a very difficult question. I mean, we're having the EU is well prepared with the project that we're running on standard business. Yeah, I mean, EU has been funding quite many infrastructure projects.
Yep.
I mean, you've seen gas infrastructure in Poland, Lithuania coming online. That was pretty much supported by EU regime. You see the quick terminal being supported. So, I mean, right now, if these two infrastructures wouldn't be there, you would see even a worse picture that we're having now. That's clear. So in that sense, EU is doing very much and a lot of things. And please do not underestimate this one. Yeah. On the other hand, I think it's not EU, but also you see local governments
Exactly.
being in the position to support individual companies, either by loans or by supports, etc. So we have also seen this in Germany, but also other states. And you see also where governments are struggling with it. Yeah. So, and to my understanding, for example, Romanian and suppliers are not reimbursed for volumes which they sold under the market prices, I think, already since last quarter. So, which is a huge burden for them.
Of course.
And with together with the increased credit requirements, this is a huge issue.
Absolutely. And would you like to venture a suggestion, let's say, of how could this be, let's say, solved, or at least answer this if both local authorities and the European Commission are doing the right, are towards the right, let's say, road path in helping out these companies with regulation, with rules, with subsidies?
Well, I have to admit that I'm not fully good in giving an answer here, because at the end of the day, the point is who should give what, and who is the correct person and which is the correct scheme to provide. And we taking into consideration that there are several schemes. I mean, we're having EBRD schemes, we are having from Germany, we have Hermes scheme, and from other countries as well. And we have local government supporting the companies, so probably it's the local governments which at the end of the day are at the end of this path who will have to step in here, and I think they are doing it already. So EU Commission, I think what is important for me for EU Commission is that EU Commission is helping that the market is doing a great job now. Yeah, I mean, we are matching supply and demand right now. Yeah, prices are going high because, as described above, before supply and demand balance is doing its work, but still the market is doing the correct things. Yeah, and the market is working. We are having not a failing in the market. We are having higher prices, but we are not having a failing market. And for me, it's important that EU is working, that this market is still working. Yeah, because you see several attempts with, I mean, you can name it, price caps, you see in reallocation schemes, and if these things are getting overboard, then we are even more troublesome situation, I would believe.
Okay. One last question that I would like to ask you is staying in gas prices for the winter. Just I would like you to do a forecast, let's say, if you can, if you may, for the winter, that the situation will be, if the war continues, will be a little bit more severe, in the sense that heating will be a real issue, especially for some countries, maybe for some countries more than others. Do you see the prices stabilizing and balancing, or do you see them going even higher?
I mean, I'm a pure trader in that sense, and I'm very much of the opinion that the price that we are seeing right now is the correct price in that sense. Yeah, given the knowledge that we are having as of today, we are having the forwards. That's what everybody is factoring in, our knowledge and expectations that we are having. So the price right now is the correct price then in this sense. Yeah. What is a bit worrying me in that sense is that you're seeing disconnection in prices, meaning disconnection between day-ahead prices and months-ahead prices, and further out. This is kind of worrying because it means that there's not enough liquidity in the market, and because usually you would see that the price, which is for the good, is pretty much the day ahead price. That's the price to be paid, and the forward prices should match this at the point of delivery.
Okay, thank you very much, Volker.
You're welcome.
And thank you for joining us.